So the Union Parish buck contest kicked off tonight. It was a great time. I had one deer. It was a great time because we had one deer, but it was a hammer. The buck contest, for those of you who don't know, it's for residents of Union Parish or deer that are killed in Union Parish. You can be from Washita, Lincoln, Morehouse. You can be from, St. Landry Parish, go to Union Parish, kill a deer and bring it to the contest. I don't care. But the deer needs to be a Union Parish or a Lincoln Parish deer. Okay? Or you can be a Union Parish hunter hunting out of state. That's fine too. We have a category that's open. Tonight's deer, the only deer that came in was one that we have seen on Facebook. It should be no surprise. The guy who came in with it, Dan Pruce. Probably I will go out on a limb, and it's a very sturdy limb, and say Dan is probably the best in our area for getting on deer early in the season. He's done it countless times before. I've done a podcast with Dan. If you want to listen to it, you can go to the Spotify part of Antlers and Nicks. That's when I did the audio only. And you can listen to what Dan talked about with his early season stuff. The guy can get on. It's really interesting, his perspective. Dan, I've known Dan my entire life. I don't remember a summer growing up that Dan Pruce wasn't playing ball with me on the ball field somewhere. Grew up with him and his sister and his cousins, and good family. But Dan's always had that drive and that focus. Played college ball at Louisiana Tech. He sells insurance in Ruston now, and Dan's when he gets focused on something, he's very, very focused and meticulous with his actions. And Dan, I had a feeling Dan was on a deer this year, because he always is. And sure enough, went in. I think if you look, we did the Facebook Live on K&M. You can go back and watch it and hear the story firsthand. But if I'm not mistaken, got a picture of the deer on Sunday. Went in, moved the stand around. I may be boogering it up by a couple of days, but anyway, went in there a couple of days before season, moved the stand in where he got pictures of the deer. The deer was running with some other bucks. Now here's where it gets interesting. Dan was hunting out of a 10-foot tripod. And if you bow hunt, then you understand how, that is. Because bow hunters are usually going to click it up around 20, 25, 30 feet. And the reason is because the movement when you draw, there's some significant movement. Hunting 10 foot off the ground, while it's not unheard of, it is a little unorthodox for a bow hunter. And so the deer comes in from Dan's right behind him, and he's watching, so he can't really move because he's right here. And the deer comes in, they go to feeding, and it's him and some other bucks, some small bucks. Now, Dan is looking. I think the deer's just over 20 yards. So any movement, spook him. So he can't do it. He's kind of locked right here, right? It just so happened, and this is where I always say, when it's your time to kill a big deer, it's just your time to kill a big deer. This one of the smaller bucks walked right in front, right between Dan and the big deer. In fact, the back end of the smaller deer was blocking the head of the big deer. So Dan's like, okay, here's my chance. So he goes to draw, and he gets right about here, and the little deer, this tan squeaked. And the little deer kind of looked up. It was a spike, I think he said. And he said, I like eyes with that deer. If you've been there, then you know that feeling. And so he just went on, finished up his draw. He shoots I think he said a 15-year-old bow, 20-year-old bow. So you ain't got to go out and buy new bows every year. These things will still kill. Gets lined up, makes a great shot. Clean 9-point, big, beautiful deer. One main beam was 25 and an 8. The other one was over 24 inches. He had extremely long tines, good mass measurement. Deer totaled out at 9 scoreable points at 142 inches even. That's the only deer in the contest right now. He's leading all of it. The Union Parish buck, the Union Parish bow, all that. So he's leading that right now, which, overall, I don't know how well it'll do. It might. One year we had 140. I think Mr. Terry Alvin's deer was 148. It led from stem to stern, from Genesis through maps all the way. So Dan may lead it. And then again, last year we had 3 or 4 deer. I say 3 or 4, probably about 4 or 5, maybe 6 deer come in over 150 inches. It's hard to say. But the only way to check it out is to go into K&M when we're doing it. We're going to do it on Monday nights. We started tonight, October 7th, and we're going to run it all the way through the end of deer season. Come in there, sit down, have you something to eat, get you something to drink, listen to the contest. We're going to have a speaker system set up to where you can hear it out, where in the dining area you can sit and watch us score these deer. And if you aren't in attendance, you don't want to come in, you want to watch it from your house, K&M on Facebook, we go live. So you can watch it there. We have a good audio system. You'll be able to hear us clearly. You can go there and watch Dan's live that we did the other tonight. So it's a real fun contest. We've got, like I said, we've got Union Parish Bow, Union Parish Ladies, Union Parish Youth. We have Lincoln Parish Bow, Lincoln Parish. I think we got Lincoln Parish. I can't remember. We've changed some around. Anyway, we got Lincoln Parish division. We got Union Parish division, youth, women. We've got a drawing where anybody kill a deer within those two parishes, come by K&M, enter your deer in a drawing. It's a good time, man. You need to come out and check us out. We're having fun with it. Check my time. Yeah, we ain't too bad. Last year was a fun event. I think we're going to have an even better event this year. The video is going to be great. Audio is going to be great. You'll be able to hear us, like I said, out before, out in the dining area. So it's a good time. Do you know how much money is in this contest? We give away a total of $12,650 for these deer. So come in to K&M. Show K&M a little support. That's a lot of money, y'all. $12,650 for some deer. You was going to kill them anyway. Anyway, come on in, hang out with us. Union Parish Buck Contest kicked off. We're going to keep doing it from now through hunting season. And looking forward to seeing you there.